And legs. What it is, what it be. It's your boy Ology. And I am coming to you yet again with another series. I'm not for certain if I'm going to do each and every one of these games, but I wanted to welcome you to the World Heroes Anthology. And while I'm doing what I'm doing, basically changing the colors on one of my favorite characters from this game, excuse me, I thought I'd just give you some insight, a little bit of history, if you will, on my introduction to this game, basically. I might listen to the arranged music. I'm sorry. So, in any case, for me, obviously, World Heroes was the first game I got introduced to. I believe this game came out in '92. I was, what, 5 years old, I believe, at the time. Because it came out in July, and my birthday isn't until November. So, yeah, I was 5 years old at that time. What happened was, I had basically, what happened? I believe it was, Jesus, that's not gonna work. Barely giving me anything to work with right there. I had basically, I was in, well, obviously I was in school. That's a given. But I basically had, okay, so most schools, I'm not sure if any of you guys from the schools that you went to had those, and I'm talking to kids around, or adults around my age at this point, but there was like the little Pizza Hut Book It program. Book It program. The Pizza Hut Book It program. And you had to read a certain amount of books, basically. And in doing so, you would, after reading, I think, 5 books, you would, after reading 5 books, you would basically get a free personal pan pizza. That's what it was. And so, in doing so, obviously, I got my personal pan. I had quite a few of those, but that's neither here nor there. Can't you tell how great I read now just from some of the stuff that you've seen in some of the streams? No, but, so anyways, I was going there regularly getting my little personal pan pizzas at my local Pizza Hut. And in doing so, I actually, one of them days when we were going up there, because I mean they used to have all kinds of arcade machines inside there. Usually had 2 arcade machines over the course of the generations that I was coming up in there, and it would always change. You know, whatever was the newest or latest thing, that's what basically would be in there. And I know just about every kid from my generation was either into Street Fighter, or we were into Mortal Kombat, or we were into King of Fighters. Now we're gonna fast forward, obviously, to 1992. On that day, I went inside. That building with my mother to get my pizza, and lo and behold, for the first time ever, I had seen something I had never seen before, and that was World Heroes. And this game, now mind you, I was starting to get into karate, martial arts, and all sorts of stuff to defend myself. And basically, I was more so interested in um, Bruce Lee, which I still am. Um, I even took some Jeet Kune Do classes back in the day. But in any case, um, I'm just trying to think how I can explain this. I mean, it's not really something so bad that it's difficult to explain. I basically saw this game, and I was not one of those guys that was into. That's where I was basically going. I wasn't one of those guys that was into ninjas. But when I saw Hanzo and Fuma, my two guys in this game, the stereotypical Ryu and Ken of what most people would label those characters as, because Street Fighter has such a high relevancy over mostly all fighting games, that anything that you see out there that is similar to um you know basically Street Fighter is it's a clone in a nutshell. um Okay, I can't put it back good. Just want to make sure. But no, so Hanzo and Fuma were basically my guys that exposed and opened my eyes to the world of World Heroes. And I tell you, man, like I was so excited that I found this game, or that I was exposed to that game. I didn't get a chance to play it except for once. Muscle Power and Rasputin were the two characters that scared the bejesus out of me as a kid. But I was so glad that I had played the game the one time that I did. And turns out that it stayed with me all those years. It most definitely stayed with me. And so anybody who knows me knows that my favorite fighting game character of all time is Guy. Cause and I even go around saying that's my guy most of the time when I'm talking to my brothers. No, but so the fact that, and a little side note, which you can pretty much find out now, but one of the guys I'm getting ready to show you right now, actually, Dragon here, Dragon is actually, believe it or not, even though most people think Fei Long is the first character to be a Bruce Lee clone, Dragon is actually the first character to be Bruce Lee clone, because he came out before Fei Long did. And between him, Hanzo, and where's my boy Fuma? Yeah, between him, Hanzo, and Fuma, those were my three go-to guys that I used to play this game all the time with, and I still do. I kind of I prefer using characters that don't have reliable projectiles. I like them to have natural base attacks. Not saying Dragon doesn't. He kind of does with the little flying kick, but that's a part of his actual kick. You know what I mean? It's not him actually shooting okay, perfect example, a Hadouken or a Tiger shot or a Sonic Boom or a Power Wave or a Hadouken, a Shadoken. None of that stuff, basically. Not saying that I don't like using those kind of characters, but I would prefer to use an all natural character, because it's like I beat you with my hands and feet. I didn't beat you with some extra stuff. You know what I mean? But anyways, so and another thing about this game that kind of for me separates it from other people's perspective when it comes to it being a just one of them ones that's why this is obviously an SNK game, so it sits in its own category on its own. But the simple fact that you have in these games a deathmatch mode, you know what I'm saying? Like, most games didn't have those things back then. Oh, okay. I guess I can't change. Okay. So in the first World Heroes, they only had one costume. That's why I can't touch that. But that's fine. I'm gonna leave him like that. That's what I'm gonna roll with when we do the next stream. But I just wanted to give my introduction and perspective basically on World Heroes. I might do Fuma and Dragon too, just while I'm here. But you know, just in any case, as I was saying, going back to the whole perspective that you have the ability, to basically fight in different arenas. So, and I guess that you could kind of almost say that falls into the same category as Mortal Kombat, because you know Mortal Kombat has environmental areas that you do those kind of things. So in a sense, I guess it does kind of fall in the same category a little bit, not necessarily a whole bunch, but enough to be labeled as, you know, it stands on its own. But it has certain things that happen in this game that don't happen, you know, in Mortal Kombat, I guess, to a certain degree. I mean, if you really think about it, because of all the stuff that's happened now in Mortal Kombat, it's kind of difficult to say that. But at the time, you know, this game it stood on its own when it came to, you know, having something unique, having something different, something fresh, in my eyes, because I had never seen it before. Obviously, playing Street Fighter and the King of Fighters more so than Mortal Kombat, although I did see it at the Pizza Hut at one point. But you know, beforehand, you got to think about at the time when I was exposed to specific games, and I was exposed for the first time to World Heroes, and for me, I didn't see any different options that you could choose if you wasn't playing, you know, the regular normal mode of the game. So for me, it was a nice little take on being able to try something different for a change. This is not turning out how I wanted it to turn out, and that's why I don't like customizing Fuma, because unfortunately for Fuma, his hair gets consumed mostly by whatever change you make. So I might do a little subtle thing. Might just give him a little simple aquamarine or something like that, because he's not coming out like how I want him to come out. No, but like I was saying though, you know, just to be able to be exposed to something different that we hadn't seen back then, you know, having environmental battles like they have. Basically, you're going to see them, because I'm going to do the death match when I actually do start the stream. But I don't really want to do that. I'm gonna give him green. Yeah, I'll give him green. Just trying to make him stand out somewhat different from what he already is wearing. But in any case, so that was basically what I was exposed to when I first played World Heroes. I can't say that it was a long experience, because I got my butt whooped pretty quick. You know, I'm 5 years old trying to play this game, but I was just mesmerized by the fact that this game basically put me onto ninjas. That's what I'm trying to get at in a nutshell. Had I not played this game, it probably would have been something else. Final Fight, again, is in its own category. That's a beat 'em up, but Guy will always be my favorite character. But when it comes to ninja related characters, Andy is another one that I really like from the King of Fighters franchise. But Hanzo and Fuma are always like my main two that I always think about and have like huge admiration and respect for, because of the fact that one, obviously, they're the first ones I ever got exposed to as far as like ninjas in a video game and just the flashy moves that they do. And two, um, I just like, I like ninjas. I do. Granted, they don't just fight with, their hands and feet, but they stand to they stand in a category that makes me appealed and all right, to say, okay, I like these guys. They're all right with me. Like, and it's not too many characters that you can fall on that you feel that kind of way. Like, most people just, everybody got certain mains that they like in certain games and stuff like that. I get that. But for you to just like them just because, that's something that most people can't say that they can't really say that. And for me, that's how I feel about Hanzo and Fuma. I'm grateful that I was exposed to this game back then. I probably would have got exposed to this game at some point. Without a doubt, there's no way in the world I would have went all them years not knowing anything at all about World Heroes. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like I said, Rasputin, that fool scared the mess out of me back in the day. Muscle Power most definitely did too. But now, I can appreciate them for what they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making no big fuss or tripping out. I'm not acting like a daggone scaredy cat when it comes to them. I feel like I'm just rambling on now, but like I really do like have a lot of respect for this game, and that's why I believe I'm going back to play it now, because it needs some recognition for its contribution to the fighting community. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the best you could probably do with Fuma, because Fuma basically, like I said, his pallets are all connected to that daggone hair, and if that hair is out of whack, then you can forget it. Just want to make sure he ain't looking completely like oh, okay. So I do need to change these. Alright, I'll make it blue. We'll do blue. We'll do blue. Oh, we could do purple. Let's see how black and purple look. Kind of almost like... See, I was trying to go for Foot Clan. And I kind of think I'm going to stick with this, actually. This might be the Foot Clan for Fuma. And the Foot Clan for Hanzo. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll roll with this. Only other person I gotta mess with is my boy Dragon. But yeah, so if you guys have any memories of this game, I know a lot of people, like I said, I know they don't really. This game isn't really on a lot of people's radar, but it really is a good game. The franchise in itself is just a good game, for real, for real. You cannot go wrong with World Heroes. You can definitely not. You could do a lot worse. There's a lot worser, not worser, that's not a word. There are a lot worse games out there than World Heroes. And, hey, what are you gonna do, right? You find stuff that you're interested in, and then it becomes a part of your legacy. And for me, like I said, World Heroes will always be the top dog. Not necessarily the top dog for the whole franchise of what games I like, because there are way better games than World Heroes. But it has its place in history as being one of those top well-known games in the SNK bracket. And even if it doesn't, for somebody like me to play it and still show recognition to it, that's saying something, because a lot of people, it just these games from the past, once you stop playing them, you know what I mean, like, you kind of just, it'll become nostalgic for somebody one day. This is me reliving my nostalgia for this game, and the fact that I'm able to do this, like, shoot, I wish that I could have been able to do this. This is something that they introduced in that Capcom vs. SNK 2 game, and I'm glad they introduced it there, because you being able to change the colors of certain people stuff, I like that. So we're gonna make this. Could have left it like that, honestly. The shade gave him some shading. The one thing I never did like about Dragon, though, is that my boy ain't got no socks on, no nothing. But it's all good. Yeah, this is one of my favorite games, though. One of my favorite games indeed. I almost felt like giving him a dragon aura. But I don't think. Well, actually, we might be able to change that. Hold up, let me. See, the thing is, though, that's gonna make it real blue. I hope it's just changing the coloration of that. No, I see his shoes is changing now too. Nah, it's a fighting game. Straight up fighting game. Sits right in that category with Street Fighter. Basically those types of game. Alright, so we need to make this, we need to actually make this 11. And let's make this 5. Let's bring it down some. See, right there, that's good right there. But now he look like he wearing some heels. I ain't gonna do my boy like that. That's good enough. That's good enough. Alright. These colors are probably a little too bright, but this is what we're gonna roll with. I actually should, you know what? I'm gonna bring the darkness down just a little bit more on the yeah, I'm gonna bring the darkness down on the pants just a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I messed up. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I might have messed up. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Look like his pants. Look like his pants are faded there in the front there. Okay. Any case, this is what we're gonna roll with. Like I said, I don't really know if I'm gonna do the series on this, but I'm definitely going to at least play with Hanzo tonight. I may do it based off all the stuff I done went through. I probably will do it, but in any case, yeah. So that's gonna be the setup for that. Of course, the buttons layout changed over the years too. For World Heroes, you had punch. I made my throw circle, and I made kick X. I don't believe you can put anything else in these categories. But obviously, as the game progressed on and on and on, by the time they got to perfect, they had something in everything. But most SNK games usually used to run like that. You know, they had the few little setups here and there, and that was that. I'll set that up like that. And then when we get the World Heroes perfect, I'll probably do this. Man, I'm already in. I might as well just do it now. So weak punch, middle punch, weak kick, middle kick. That's kind of technically the standard layout for King of Fighters games right there. So weak punch, medium punch, weak kick, weak punch, medium punch. Yeah, that seems about right. For over here though is probably where I put these. And then R1 and R2. Yeah. Alright. So anyway, we're gonna save that. I'm gonna turn auto save on. Save that. Successfully saved. And when I start the next stream up in the next, what is it? It's 10:26 now at the time when I started this. So 10:27. So we'll start the game. We'll start the official game for deathmatch at about 10:30. So about 3 minutes. All right, y'all. You already know. As always, like, share, subscribe. These are the words we employ. We'll see you back in a few moments, but still holla at your boy.